So I want to lay this out here because I've got some years now, and I've been thinking about this for a while, and I think it might be of interest to some of you. Um, this first occurred to me when after my initial readings into what anarchism really was, reading Goldman, reading especially Tucker. Um, to me, I used my channel used to be called the American Anarchist. That used to be the title. I mean, I'm Dargonaut, but the title, the channel title that you could put on your front page, mine used to be the American Anarchist, uh, referring to myself. Um, I changed it to the Liberty Tree after the whole Ron Paul thing was over, and reading more, or getting more into kind of a primitivist or utilitarian viewpoint. But I think I've always been a utilitarian, but just didn't know it. So yeah, I consider basically my philosophy to be kind of an uh, I don't. It's definitely not nationalism, and to me, it's anti-nationalist. It's not nationalist, um, but it's American in the fact that it draws on the traditions and the individualistic nature of the country, and that the philosophies basically that Jefferson laid out when he founded, when he wrote the Declaration of Independence, that we don't need these people. We don't need kings or any rulers to tell us what to do. And when you read, it's one of the reasons I have Jefferson's Notes on the State of Virginia. When you read those, he not only gives a really good position, or lays out why the separation of church and state is important, which used to be what I was most interested in. He also talks a lot about how he intended for the government basically to stay out of people's lives, and so that he could just sit in his Virginia farm and not be bothered, and each person could do that. He's seen as being kind of I don't know, I guess a pragmatist, for not asking for enough, I guess, for not asking for enough rights, for stopping short of slavery, basically. I guess it kind of goes with any, I don't know, it goes with any kind of revolution or social change. You've got to stop somewhere, or it just doesn't get done. It just doesn't. People won't lay over and accept that much. They'll want their king back, and they'll want their government back. And it's not a matter of, to me, not having faith in people. It's the fact that people will turn back to authority when they can't do what they want, and they'll seek to impose that authority on other people. But to me, when I read about anarchism and free association and individual and social interests being one, I can't help but think that a small community is best serves that. And it seems to me that this was the way America was founded, on self-sustaining small communities. The whole concept of the town square was started here. Um, the I mean, all of the early towns were built with in America. The early colonial towns were built with town squares, and that continued up until the 1900s. Um, Especially in the West, where you basically had lawlessness. You had something what we like to talk about as anarcho-capitalism. You really did. Because the federal government, it was just too much space and too much land for them to keep track of and for them to control everyone in. You basically had companies running wild and individual people in towns left to resist them on their own willpower and their own with their own devices, with whatever they had, they could get. So not only in the way America was put together initially, but the attitudes that I think, especially the Bill of Rights, um, give to me have always been. I don't know, that it's pretty anarchistic to me. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, right to a trial, all that stuff. Right to not. I mean, to me, the Fourth Amendment is the most important. It basically guarantees your freedom of possession. When they say effects, that means whatever you have, taken literally. Uh, so, I mean, to me, I don't know about the other parts, and like I said, I haven't read a lot of people. I've never read Spooner. So I'm probably a bad, libertarian or whatever, but sorry, I've never read Spooner. Um, I guess he had an anti-constitution position, but so if you can give me like a Spooner book or something to read right down there. Um, so yeah, to me, this whole do-it-yourself, anti-government kind of ethic that America was founded on is just it's implicit. It's there, and I mean they in that movie Anarchism in America, they did a good job, I think, at exploring this, and at least, yeah, these traits are here. These are these are within the American character, and I don't know why. It seems to me that left anarchists kind of want to work against this. Um, but to me, uh, yeah, libertarianism is basically the fullest expression of what America was meant to be, at least by Mr. Jefferson. And to me, I don't know. I read him, and I it's. I think of him as a, and he's not really considered one of the Enlightenment philosophers, but I consider him one, up there with, Locke and Descartes and all them. Because, I mean, his were the only ideas that were actually put into practice somewhere. Not just one place, two places. I mean, he had a huge impact on not just the American, but the French Revolution. But of course, I think it's also interesting to note that those on the left in France were calling for what we would today call a republic, not no government. So yeah, there's a little bit about what I think American anarchism means. I'll be happy to talk more about it.